What's happening, people? So today we're learning about the power of saying less. What do you mean? The power of saying less and the power of words obviously mean things. When you speak slowly with clarity, it has an impact on the way how people hear it. When we're talking right now, you're listening to nothing but my voice and what I'm going to say next. When you speak slowly and you don't have nothing to say, your words are more effective when someone's taking in what you're saying now and they're waiting for the answer. So this oftenly happens in conversation when you're maybe at work or something, you're talking to someone and you want to say something, but you just want to reply to them. And the thing about it is you're in every right to reply. But when you say less in those types of situations, like instead of saying, oh, no, I don't agree with you, I don't agree with you. Listening to someone, okay, that's your approach to it. How about we make that a little bit better with maybe making the idea a little bit more better than what it is? Or what you're saying to me, I hear it, but let's make that idea a little bit better instead of, oh, guess what? I'm shutting it down. And that's what some of us do sometimes. Don't get me wrong. Anyone at any point could be aggressive, annoyed about any situation, which is it's understandable. People act how we act in times of desperation, especially in times of feeling like you're being attacked. Everyone can feel like that when it comes to someone asking them questions. Body language, we pick up on these types of things when we look at each other. You know, if someone's bringing you to a meeting, or if you're in a meeting and you've got your arms crossed like this, it shows a level of defense, because obviously you're just like that. But that just might be how someone likes to relax their arms. Do you get it? But what I've learned myself is certain situations, yeah, it helps me by not reacting to like some things and saying something straight away. Because again, I don't feel that there's any result for that, purpose for it, need for it. I say what I say with slow clarity, so it makes things clear. I'm easy to resonate with because when I speak, I try to speak with just clarity and just the facts. And for myself, I've learned that there's great speakers who speak in public, but they don't go at 100 miles an hour, blah, 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 blah. They don't do that. When you speak slowly, your words have way more impact. They have a way of people listening to them and saying, oh, okay, I'm understanding that. But when someone says, oh, I don't really like this person because they did this and they did that, then they did this to me. Okay, that's a lot of things what you're asking someone to pick up on. But if you took a little bit of time and you just looked at the facts, maybe the matter, how it's going to affect you, and how the words, what you say, resolves the situation or inflames it. Everyone's done it. Inflame the situation with some highly maybe toxic words or words which just get someone's back up. And when you think about how others feel in these scenarios and situations, you wouldn't want it done to yourself. So what I try to do with my platform is voice my opinions, but allow others to be able to talk and express their own opinions. We all come from different walks of life, right? But there's some things that you can say to people, doesn't matter who it is, they can understand what you're saying. They get you. And when people get you and they understand you, you don't need to elaborate into anything more. And I find that sometimes we do that as people. We elaborate into the situation to justify it, to make sure there's no ramifications from it, and just make sure that, oh, I'm very sincere about my apology or what I'd done. At times, you have to own your actions. At all times, you have to own your actions, because it's a reflection of you. So me owning my actions by the things what you say speaks volumes of my character, or allows people to understand what type of person I am. Again, I'm at a point in my own life where just transparency and me being honest with myself and being able to be comfortable to tell other people that, like, there's been many situations, reacting to them is something I know someone would want me to do. From my neck of the woods, where I'm from, they call that a word which is called a draw out. Yeah, so someone's drawing you out of your character. Don't be fooled by it. There are like great leaders, yeah, of like big companies. Yeah, when I say great, they're great in their own aspect and all that. They have to manage so many different types of people all underneath one umbrella. If someone was complaining about something and another person was complaining about something, for them to deal with people irrationally and be like, oh, just shut up, I didn't tell you to do that, just that's not a good leader in my eyes. Because listening to people, hearing people out, and you're not always going to have a solution for every problem right there and then. Sometimes you got to sit on it. Sometimes you got to go back. You got to refine that and make that a little bit better. Every time I step into my place of work or the type of work which I'm doing, I try and step back and say, how can I get a little bit better at what I'm doing? Am I going to take more time to get to know people? Am I going to deliver what I'm delivering as a plumber a lot better? Am I going to be more attentive? Am I going to allow people to ask more questions? Am I going to start off in a different way, which I've not started off before? The answer has to be yes sometimes, because I want to get better at what I'm doing, and it doesn't equal me being silent to everybody. It equals me being understanding, but having a clear head. When you have a clear head, yeah, you don't think with, or you don't act with irrational intentions. Irrational intentions are not really calculated. And more time, I know that something which is calculated by myself is way more effective. Whether it's a better strategy on how to work, whether it's a clearer way of how to communicate, whether it's adding an impactful statement which is going to uplift people or open conversation for better dialogue. These things happen. So digging in to myself and understanding that me as a person, I don't need to reply to everyone. Not because I think I'm above anyone, but I'm learning how always to be silent, but how saying less is very powerful. So there's some parts of life, yeah, where if you give your all, you will feel hard done by. Everybody's probably been to a place like that where they felt hard done by. But if you went on a rampage and a rant and a getting at people, does it solve things, or does it just make you feel better? And there's nothing wrong with sometimes making yourself feel better, because self-esteem is a lot. Like, it can go up and down. I know that. But being composed about a lot of situations allows clarity and stops them little bits of like other feelings or other situations or other things what you might want to add into it, like, oh, but you said this to me and you said that to me. The stick to the facts of things instead of moving around with the other problems, which they do mean something to you. They mean something to me at points. I've said them things to people at points, but when I check it back to myself, didn't need to say that. But I have no problem within telling people that I'm still learning. I think that is one of the beauty things about life, is that you can still learn something, and learning how to be composed, focused, and saying nothing sometimes, or saying less, say Lizzie, say nothing, to keep you quiet. That gives you a lot of composure and allows people to know that when you do speak, it's going to be of a place of like, yes, we can understand each other now, because maybe that person is not in the same frame of mind as they was before, and they can now value or hear your points out instead of being in a rage or a moment of frustration. I've always admired the people that I've seen around me who act very calm on certain situations. It started with seeing how my older generation, like my uncle and stuff like that, dealing with people who were being nothing but difficult. I might have said something funny, like, you know, but he would laugh, but always show me that, you know, there's a different way how to deal with things. You can't be upset or annoyed at that person's ignorance or the way they do something, because it isn't always your place to be a lesson teacher or to be a person who advises someone about something. At a certain point of adulthood, any point for me past the age of 28, we're not saying nothing. Not saying anything. Because I've always said to myself, everybody has a smartphone and a smart device. What you choose to search on it or what you choose to research to better yourself is up to you. I'm not going to be sending you links. Go and check this out. Guess what? This is a bit interesting. But for those who do have positive, interesting conversations and things to add to my content or to my style of approach of things, I have all the time to listen to those people. All the time. Because we all see something in each other, which sometimes me looking at the screen, I cannot see within myself. And it takes a moment for you to listen and understand what that is about yourself and what it is about people. Because with the time that we live in of like social media, yeah, or social or online presence, everything is bombarded in your face. Every bit of information. Boom, this news. Boom, this person got arrested. Boom, this. Boom, 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 boom. It's all the time. So taking a step back and allowing yourself to have some distance from it, not from my content, but I'm talking about other people's content, it's going to create a little bit of clarity, because you're able to think on your own and not think with added bits of information which is from sources which you don't know. Do you get it? I try to not go on the BBC and stuff like that. I don't watch the news. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have the internet, but I don't watch the news. I don't be reading papers neither and stuff like that. But I do find out about news sources. I do like to keep myself diverse in that. But in the travel of life or the journey of life, whatever you want to call it, you can practice these types of skills, and I know that they will better your life. I remember speaking with my nan. Yeah, my nan passed away this year, and my nan was a person that was a Jehovah's Witness. Yeah, and she used to tell me about certain things, and we would talk about stuff on the phone like all the time. That I miss that woman so much. I miss my nan, and I love her to pieces. And I'm so thankful that we was able to have these conversations and spend time together, because one, that's who raised me, but two, my nan always told me, both of my nans always told me, mind your business, stay out of people's business, stay out of things what don't concern you. And it's only the time as you get older you realize how important that is for your own sanity, but also for clarity, is that when you're always in people's business, you're always listening to their stuff and understanding their stuff instead of thinking about yourself or the things which you need to be doing. And when we would talk about stuff, there was times when my nan would tell me, yeah, I don't know about them types of things, it's not really my business. And I would laugh hard, because my nan knows. But you know what? It's another sign to tell you, listen, that's not it. Like, I don't worry about them things. I only worry about my family or certain things which are valuable things to us. That's what she would say, which reminded me all the time that I can, and I do, and everybody does possess the skill not to say something straight away and to act at a later time, or just think about what you're saying. Because words are deep. We know that. People fall out with people over these types of things, which is words. So they definitely hold a lot of power. So it's just mindful the way you got to speak nowadays, because these words are very powerful, man. But being silent in certain situations will show so much determination. It doesn't mean that you're stubborn. It doesn't mean that, oh, you've got nothing to say. It means that you might be thinking about your delivery. A shark will not attack straight away. I don't know if you don't know about sharks, but sharks will see like a prey like that, yeah, and circle it and circle it and circle it and circle it. It's working out the best way how to do something. And that is very effective with conversating, is working out how to attack the next situation. And I say attack, but not in a malice way. You guys understand what I mean. And I think some of us just practice this, not moving on 100 miles an hour. I get it. Life is fast. You see things, it's hard to digress them sometimes. There is not a lot of time for reflection. But I say, but we've always got 5, 10, 15 minutes. And you growing into an adult, or you being an adult right now, those times where you have 5, 10, 15 minutes are your key times for you to be able to like lock in with yourself. Do you get it? I always try to inspire people to be better, yeah, than what they were being today, because it's just a thing to do. Like, I don't care who it is. I've met many people, many people, and I know when I've sat down and I've spoke with them and I've told them about my own life, how I've got to where I've got to, there is a level of respect there, because the hustle, the grind, the way up, the way you fell down, it's real. I'm just the type of person to be able to tell you. And again, I'm not telling you because I want some type of respect from it. I'm just telling you because there's not really that many role models that are super transparent with their thoughts, their ideas, but also their intentions. My intentions is pure. When I say pure, I mean I enjoy being a hardworking person. I enjoy working on myself, and I enjoy helping others because it just makes me happy. Money is not something that I go crazy over no more. I'm a little bit older than that. So I've realized that it's not everything. But valuing my words is something what people sometimes take for granted. So it's like talking over again and talking about the same things is something which I sometimes get annoyed with, even with my own friends. But that's my friend. I'm always going to keep going at him because I want him to be the best. I want him to be the best more than sometimes I want myself to be the best. If I feel like I'm getting somewhere in life, I want to pull my friend and say, look, come, we're getting to this point, because I know you deserve it as my friend. Even if you don't believe in yourself as much as I believe in you, your place is valid. But we talk, but sometimes I like to talk less with him because I know that even with him, I want him to be comfortable and confident. And too much oversharing sometimes and listening to others, the sound of that blocks out him being able to be focused on himself. I see that, but I can only support as a friend. And that's the only thing you can say sometimes. But saying too much is me not learning my lesson and just being able to play my role as a friend, which is to support. I honestly think that's my role. I will say stuff when he needs me to say stuff, of course. But ideally, we're all gonna learn from mistakes. We're all gonna learn from situations which are in our favor and not in our favor. It's just a thing which happens. And I think that me having a platform and being able to share it with people allows others to open up in the comment section, which I see a lot of you lot have been opening up. I think I made my most impelling video, which resonated with so many different people on so many different levels. But again, I don't like to divert from what we've been talking about, which is I understood from making that type of video that there was a lot of people that are on saying less. And they say less, but they watch because you can see the difference within the numbers of watching and numbers of comments. But again, I appreciate you all. And I think building a community like where we just have transparency, good conversation, I learn stuff, we learn stuff together. That's a place where I want to be. That's a place where I want to build. That's a place where I hope that you guys are able to come onto my platform and drop gems in the comment section and engage with each other in it, because as long as we got to live together amongst each other, yeah, there has to be a way of learning how to get along. And getting along sometimes is not always arguing or causing uprights. You know what I mean? Some people we know that we can't get along with, so they have to get got. You heard me say that. They have to get got. And in 2025, they are getting got. It's just nice that when you speak, people are able to listen, because the fast pace of life now, no one hasn't got time to listen to nobody. That's the deep, upsetting thing, is that no one hasn't really got time. People sometimes see stuff way too late. because they never said nothing. But saying less in corporate situations is really going to benefit you at some points, depending on the tension, because there is a lot of tension inside the workplace. I've always said going to work is like running up the escalators if you live in London on any underground system. See, when someone's running up the escalator, someone might bump you with the bag. They might, oh, sorry. Or, you know, I've seen people fall over in the morning. Crazy. I obviously help them. I'm not that type of person. I'm the type of person, if I see someone coming down the stairs with a child, I'm the, mate, do you want a hand? I can carry the bottom of it for you. I don't know that person. I just hope that if the roles were returned, someone else would do it for me, and regardless on what I look like or what I'm doing. So if I do it for others, I just hope they would do it for someone else as well. It's each one teach one. You tell someone else to do something. But that is me. And they might have thought, just on my train ride when I'm coming, I'm just being silent. I just listen to my own music. I've got my headphones on. I'm just chilling. But if I see someone with a child, they get off the same stop as me. We're going down. Cool. I'll grab the bottom of the your bottom of your pram for you and help you bring it all the way down. It's not because I want to thank you. I want to seem like to everybody else, oh, that's a geezer, that's a manly man who's doing that. It's not that. That person needs help. I'm going to help them. They don't need to signal it. I can see it. So I pick up on those signs. You don't need to say nothing. I say less. They say thank you. No worries. That's it. And I just hope that people understand that saying less in certain situations, yeah, they're just going to make you have a clearer head, sometimes be more effective, and allow your point to be a lot more stronger. You talk too much sometimes. I've done it. I've talked too much. We talk hoping for reasoning, but we talk hoping for solutions. But if we come to the plate with solutions, it's a lot more easier for people to understand where we're trying to get with it. Anybody can be a victim of this. It can happen to all of us. We can all say, oh yeah, we're going for a conversation or we're going for a thing. Do you know what? Let's just have some time to think about this, and let's take the weekend off, and let's come back, re-adjourn on Tuesday or something. We'll jump back on it on Tuesday. But at least you can have a clearer head, come back, better input, and it's more of it's just a better environment, to be honest with you. Everyone wants to be in a better headspace. In a better headspace, I think with so much better clarity. I'm telling you. I listen to audiobooks in the morning now because learning from other people, like this saying less around people, and it's saying less is not to do with me saying less words and more action. It's not that. This is saying less in these scenarios, so your words are way more effective. Just think about it, innit? Instead of sometimes demanding for respect, when some of these people are never going to give you respect. And if they do give you respect, it's like the fake respect. You know what it's like? Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, I get what you mean. I don't think you do get what I mean. So let's just talk about this on Monday. Do you get it? That sounded very different to the first thing what I said. So don't let it sometimes go over your head. I think this learning about people and each other is something what's going to be an ongoing conversation when it comes to life. We want to learn about how we can interact with each other better, more effectively, and a way where our words are going to mean more instead of saying words and getting nothing from it, because that's what builds people to a level of frustration and anger. And people are tight nowadays. You know, people are tight. When I say they're tight, I mean they're angry. We all know that people are angry. I'm going to tell you that someone who likes to be introduced as someone who is difficult or a problem. Like, I had a manager that was like that. This man, he was like, "Oh, I'm here to remove all these people." Okay, that's why you. If you're here to remove all these people, why don't you just do it in a fashion which is easy for people and not be aggressive about it from the beginning? And when I was able to listen to this person, all I heard was you was broken from your childhood and you feel as if people don't respect you. You think that women won't be attracted to you because you got bad teeth and you're 50 years old and you got dentures in your mouth. Again, there's someone for everybody. And if you can't see that within yourself, you should jump on the internet, because there's someone that wants someone out there like that. But his doubt within himself allowed him to have this like aggressive tone towards people. But again, when I listen to him, it's like, you're a big child in a man's body. Like, when I hear the things what you want to do as an individual, instead of maybe talking over you or adding things in, I hear your interest is wanting to do this or do that, like go to the gym, take steroids and do that type of thing, which is, hey, what I didn't do is I didn't say anything about it. I knew that to me, I don't think that's a good idea at the age of 50. But again, me just listening to that person and not saying nothing, it made them happy, because it's something which they wanted to discuss with people. And I'm a gym goer, so they wanted to say, "Oh, what do you think about this?" I learned to say nothing in that situation, because I know that's bad for your health. But if you truly want to do something and that's what you feel that you want to do, I'm going to let you say it out loud. And because I said no response, and I know that person, I had influence on that person. I mean, that person rates me, period. I know they do, because I heard them say it. They said, we was walking along the street one time and someone said, "Oh, Mr. London Plumber." And he said, "Oh my God, it's really good that you get all this impact from like this influence from like these young people." And I said, "Do you know what? Someone's got to be a role model. Someone's got to tell the truth." And I left it and I didn't say anything, because when I say stuff like that to those types of people, it's slyly a line which says someone's got to do it because you don't do it, innit? That's the truth. You don't. And people need that. Whatever color, background, race they are, they need it. I get it from genuine people who just, they watch my videos, they understand what we're talking about here. They get it. But him as an individual, again, he just needed someone to listen to him. I didn't have to make my remarks public or say what he just needed someone to listen to him. But did he listen to others? No, he wasn't a good leader because he wasn't interested in listening to others. But he's still got time to learn. I don't have to hit him up and say, "Guess what? I made this video about you. Guess what? I added you in this thing." He knows. He watches my videos anyway, don't you? So it's always a good thing, because reflection, moving on, and growing is part of my channel. We reflect on good or bad times. We move on. We find solutions, and we try and make ourselves better for the next version of yourself, which would be the Saturday version, because today's a Friday doing this live. So tomorrow's version of you will have a smile on your face. You'll be blessed, and you'll have a little bit more understanding about just being silent and saying less, because saying too much is too much sometimes. You kill yourself with words and trying to explain yourself out of situations. Time gives you a little bit of clarity, and time is something which my older generation have always told me is the master. Time is the master. I'm not going to sing it along, but there's a reggae song which says that. If you know, you know. Let me know if you know in the comment sections. Time is the master. What song do they say that in? Many reggae songs which I was brought up on, where I heard words like that, which always resonated with me, even to these moments like today, because time will be the master of you, will determine if you'll be able to change and progress. You know, like, that's all I want for most of my people around me. And building this community has been amazing. People have been so supportive. I've got over 200 new subscribers. We're now at 2,000. We're going up. I'm trying to be consistent with you guys, and you guys are showing up for me. So I'm trying to make the best informative content and meaningful ones, innit? Like, me telling you about saying less today is definitely going to have an impact on some of you lot. Because the talking, and the saying less and listening, trust me. Just like, share, and comment. Please comment. Please give it a thumbs up. It's took me minutes to make this video, and I just want you guys to enjoy it. The more thumbs up on the video, the more comments on the video helps my channel. I don't ask for any money from anybody. I just ask people to subscribe, please. To subscribe to my channel. That's all I'm asking. Please subscribe, thumbs up. Thank you, Ebony, for saying that. Very inspirational thoughts, very powerful. Good morning, keep it up. Thank you. Thank you. See, things like this allow me to do YouTube all the time. I might quit my day job and just get on here every single day. But thank you guys, man. And everyone have a lovely day, man. Be blessed, man. Take care. Subscribe.